Quick!
Stop! Or run my blade into your gut. I want everything you got. Right now!
But I have nothing.
Hey! God!
Fuck!
Somebody,
Somebody,
want to listen
please!
at all.
Now you're mine, you bastard!
For the cross!
Take that fucker out, damn it! Bad luck! You're no match for us, fucker! You're boring me! Try a little! Yeah, fuck that! I'm just getting started!
I've been waiting for you.
Stop! You fucker! Help!
Nice.
What the? Somebody, please! Yeah, fuck that!
Get out of here!
I'm all yours! Show your stuff! Fuck you! Come on then!
Mutt!
It won't get me! Oh, fuck!
Come here. Here you go. Take it. I can't swim. You won't catch me in deep water again. My shoulder still hurts from the last time.
You have a kind master. Hey, Matt?
Nice one. Nice. Come here. Here you go. Take it.
Piss off. I need... Never mind.
I found your coin.
Really?
Here you go.
But that's not enough. You're trying to steal from me. Everyone's trying to steal from me. Fuck you, whoreson. Enough. Leave me be. I surrender. You hear me?
If I were you, I'd forget what I saw, pal. I could get pissed off. And then nobody's safe from my blade.
Hang on. Leave me alone. We'll forget about it.
here? That must be the old stonemason's silver.
You have a kind master.
Easy, easy. Nice and slow.
About your opinion, child. What I meant is how you present it.
My big mouth, you mean? I'm sorry, Father. It's just how I was raised. I'm really trying. I just let it slip sometimes.
Nice.
That's not good either, of course, but what I'm talking about is your growth, your bosom.
What about it?
It's distracting.
For who?
Well, the men at the castle. Good Lord. I hope that doesn't happen.
I don't understand how I'm distracted. You wouldn't send a dog out. In this.
You're right. It's awful.
I don't mind a bit of rain, but there's gotta be a limit.
I'd like to learn something.
That's no problem. I'll show you a few tricks. But you're not part of the...
I'm certain you know a few tricks with a sword. I'd like to learn them.
Yes. I learned from the Prague master Lamprecht, and a sword has saved my life a few times. Let's get started. This will take some time.
Lord Bombergov sent me. I'm supposed to collect, a gift in return for my services.
If he sent you directly to me, you must have made quite an impression on him. In that case, I'll give you one of our best weapons. What would you choose?
I'll take a longsword.
A true swordsman's weapon. Good choice. If you want to train your combat skills, I'm at your service. After all, any weapon is only as good as the man who wields it.
I'd like to learn a new...
Why not? If you have a bit of time, I can teach you something. As you can probably figure, I like the longsword because it's beautiful and an absolutely nimble weapon. Our grandfathers didn't use them, but today in Prague, everyone is tripping over themselves to learn how to fight with one. I'll be happy to show you how to handle it better. What do you say?
That sounds good. Teach me that.
As you wish. The first thing is to realize a sword has two blades, and thanks to your second hand on the hilt, you can quickly spin it around and hit your opponent's head. These are exactly the techniques that make the longsword an extremely deadly weapon. Now come and try it a few times. Well, all good? No learning has ever fallen from heaven for anybody.
I'd like to learn...
Certainly. I'll show you how to knock your opponent off balance with a hit to the head.
That sounds good. Teach me that.
All right. As I already said, often attack with any short weapon a few quick times. Then, move towards the opponent. Oh, and if you have a shield, use it. Now come and try it a few times. Well, all good? No learning has ever fallen from heaven for anybody.
Good to see you.
Greetings.
You silly doggy.
Stay.
Christ, it's hot. It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Damn it.
Any idea what that was? I'll go there. Was that careful?
God bless.
God bless.
Any idea what that was? I'll go there.
I suppose it was nothing.
Greetings, lad. What brings you here?
I'd like to learn.
What are you?
I'd like to hear some news.
All right then, but it'll take...
If I sin before God,
Well. You can pay the indulgence in the... Or you can take the path of repentance. It will improve your reputation with people, but beware. Making a pilgrimage, always keep that...
I've sinned, Father. I want to purify.
Your soul is pure, son.
I'll do it some other time.
As you wish.
How long have you been?
Well, it's been... But if you are interested in local history, you should go and see the scribe error.
I noticed there's no church in Troskovitz.
It's true. You'll find that in Trotsky we only have the chapel in the... In short, this domain is the middle of nowhere.
What is Sir Otto von...
What can I tell you? Lord von Berghoff provides a... He brought money to the region, and yet he spends most of his... He's the royal chamberlain, and politics takes up a lot of his time.
I understand. He pays well and doesn't get in the way.
That's not what I said. The old chamberlain, Ulrich, manages the estate, and he's definitely good with numbers.
But
numbers and accounts aren't everything. One should all... But that young man is...
how do things work?
You mean who runs things?
Yeah, I see there's a lot of people here, so...
Then you should watch out especially for Lady Yitka. She's a pious woman, but also... Her husband is in charge of the castle garrison and order in... Then Captain Thomas is responsible for... He's an old soldier and an upright fellow. And the ruler of the roost here is the chamberlain, Ulrich von Till we meet again. I'm sorry.
I should move it. I have to move it. Oof. It's halfway there. I have to hammer it more evenly.
Come here. Heel.
Sit. Stay.
Mutt. Heel. Heel. Come here. Come here. Look what I have for you.
Greetings.
I heard some interesting books from Prague have arrived at the castle. There's one I'd like to borrow. An alchemist's cookbook. A sand-coloured cover, embossed.
Yes, several rare and astonishing books have arrived from Prague. But why are you interested in an alchemist's cookbook, of all things?
I've heard there are some interesting ideas in it. Every alchemist is in dogged pursuit of wisdom, especially those from Prague.
Perhaps you know more about that book than I do. Well, I'll have to disappoint you. Lord Nickvard Libak helped me sort the new books at the time, and the one you're looking for caught his attention. He left with it before I could even discover what it's about. All I remember is the author's initials, B.B. I'm fairly benevolent when it comes to lending books, and I appreciate Nickvard's help, but he's had it borrowed for an excessive amount of time now. I'd like to ask him to return it, but he's been avoiding me.
I'll have a talk with Nickvard and find out what the problem is.
You think I haven't tried? But since you've already offered to address this pressing situation, listen to what I've learned. It seems Nickvard lost the book. I've warned him repeatedly not to carry borrowed books around with him, but to leave them in his chamber and read them there. But Nickvard is old and stubborn, and this is how things turn out.
The price of such a book must be incalculable. People like Nickvard are too dumb to understand.
But I digress. As I said, Nickvard is intentionally avoiding me. But I've made headway. I've managed to find 3 people who've spoken to him recently. Bertha, the cook, Regina, the maid, and Hirsch, the hand.
I reckon those aren't the only 3 people that know him.
I'm surprised that he's ever spoken to anyone but myself. Nickvard is a loner, which is also why I suspect something bad has happened. Now that he's decided to leave his shell, that is. But I'm afraid that's all I've managed to find out. Since Lord von Berkove's arrival, I've been preoccupied with other matters.
I'll help you. I'll ask all three and see if they lead me to Nickvard.
Many thanks. If you aren't sure what to do, stop by and we'll discuss what you found out.
Before I go, can you tell me where I can find those people in the castle?
Who, exactly?
You said Nickvard. Where at the castle does he live? Are there any places he frequents?
Nickvard lives like a hermit here at Trotsky. Like a ghost. His chambers are in the Crone's Tower. But God knows if he's ever slept there. He took his meals down in the Crone's kitchen. Lately, I've often seen him talking to Regina in the Knight's Hall, in the Maiden, or looking out the hall window. I caught sight of him a few times with Hirsch at the transport yard below the castle.
So I just have to hope I run into him somewhere.
Nickvard always just shows up. I've rarely ever found him on my own. I'm not surprised you can't find him anywhere, since I've been trying myself.
Where is Bertha?
Bertha cooks for us in the Crone's kitchen. She's there most days. If you can't find her there, try the first house in the lower castle, across from the door to the dungeon.
Where is Regina?
As Lord von Berkoff's personal maid, she'll likely be somewhere in the Maiden's Palace, perhaps in the Knight's Hall, or on the floor above it, near the Lord's chambers. She even slipped.
Where is Hirsch, the stable boy?
I've seen him with Hirsch at the transport yard below the castle. He sleeps in the house directly across from it. I don't know him much, though.
That's everything I needed to know.
Are we going to have gruel again tonight?
I don't know yet. I'll have to see.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift. Bertha, instead of devils, I need your help now. The scribe told me you might know something about him.
Well, I'm waiting for Lord Libac to stop by. I brewed him another phial of medicine, but I don't even know if the last one helped. I told him to stop by for another one soon. I reckon he must be feeling better.
Did he say where he was?
I can't say. I promised Lord Libac his secret.
Oh, come now. Nickvard, I need to find it.
I remember the recipes by heart. And Lord Libac's secret is...
Well, if a nobleman's secret is worth so much, how about this? That'll buy you more than one book.
I suppose Lord Libac wouldn't mind. And do you have the exact amount?
Of course.
So many groschen. I promise I'll split it with Lord Libac when I see him, and I'll explain everything.
But now tell me, what's the medicine for?
Well, it's a common potion for a bellyache. Just better tasting. It helps your meals go down easier and come out slower the other end. In that regard, Lord Libac had, well, how to say it. Everything came out much too quickly.
Just say it. He shot himself.
It was in the privy down below the Crone, by the training ground below the guardhouse. I helped him clean his hose and made him the medicine, and I promised that I wouldn't say anything. Lord Libac is quite particular about the impression he makes on the young maids, you know. That's why he didn't use the privy near the maids' quarters, though it's closer to his chamber, but to the arena instead, and only when there weren't any soldiers around. But this time, it caught up with him.
Is that all?
What else is there to say? That the entire time it happens to the best of us. And I told him as much then. I must say, he did look as if the fate...
I don't know if this is going to do me any good.
Well, you could have found a worse clue.
Thanks anyway.
You're my doggy, eh?
Greetings. What do you need?
Do you know where I can find Nickford? The scribe said you might know.
Erazim is suddenly interested in Nickford and me. You don't say. But when I need him to read something for me, he never has the time. I'm sorry.
I was asking about Nickford.
Aye, I heard you. Say, can you read?
I can.
In that case, would you mind reading this message I have from Nickford?
Show me. Dear Mistress of the Chambers. What is it?
Oh, what I wouldn't give to get messages from someone else. Say, Lord Capon. Never mind. Read on. Though I reckon it interests you more than me.
Persevere. We shall soon escape the dungeon of those two women. Cursed fate, however, has placed an obstacle in my way. The heat of the Lightbringer's potion is working, and I can feel my insides being reborn. But when the last remnants of old age left my body, something else was washed away with them.
How much longer is it?
Not much. My damn clumsiness has sent all of the Lightbringer's secrets into the void, but fear not, I shall get them back. May this be the first task on the road to your liberation. That's it.
Beautiful.
True enough. Nickford has a flair for the dramatic.
My, that's Libac for you.
But what does it mean? Can you explain any of it to me?
Lord Libac has taken a liking to me. I suggested to him it wasn't proper for a noble to have an affair with a maid. He thought I meant he was too old for me. But then he found what he calls the Lightbringer's potion book. He said it would light a flame in him that would burn out all that's old. So I suppose it worked. Hooray!
I know the book he's talking about, but what does he mean, into the void?
Look, can we stop talking about this? I feel a little uncomfortable here talking about some old lovelorn nobleman.
I need help. You can give it some thought, can't you?
No! And now leave me alone.
Greetings to you.
Come here! Slowly. Nice and slow. You
Ow! Kurva! Don't ride among people if you don't know what you're doing!
I was wondering if you'd lend me your bullock when it's time to sow winter grains.
I need to plough too, you know.
What if you lent me the bullock on the Lord's Day? You're not going to plough on Sunday, are you?
No, and nor should you.
Except I don't have a bullock, and you won't lend me yours on any other day.
Go and see the priest first. If he says it's all right, I'll be happy to help you, friend.
God bless.
Good afternoon.
I'm looking for Nickvard. The scribe told me you might know something about him.
Hey, Nick. I mean, Lord Libac. I almost forgot about him. I suppose his task wasn't so pressing, hmm?
What do you mean, forgot?
Nick Libac, that is, entrusted me with a big task quite a while back. He's a castle lord. Obviously, I had to obey him. But then I heard what another castle lord was planning, von Berghoff, and I had to obey him even more. He says there's a war on. So here I am, ready to go off to battle.
I need to know more about what Nickvard asked you to do.
No. There are new rules now. You have to prove you're not a spy.
What are you blathering about?
Von Berghoff said there's a war on, right now. I told him, watch out for spies, Sir Otter. You're a spy yourself, ain't you?
I'm not.
Ha! That's exactly what a spy would say. That's why you have to be vetted, to see if you're really the side that Nickvard's on, just so you know.
I'd like to.
Hold your horses.
Tell me what you want from me, then.
A sword.
Sword? Hmm? What sword?
A long and very good one to help me deal with other spies. If you bring it to me, I'll know you're not an enemy spy who should fear me. Forge one, buy one, or even steal one for me. Maybe from one of the guards at the training ground or down by the gate. During the day, they're not in the towers anyway. Once I get a sword, I'll fill you in on Nickvard's task.
Listen, Hirsch.
Don't try any word games on me. Persuasion, threats. I know about them spy tricks. Deeds talk louder than words.
You wanted a sword? So look at what I got for you.
That's perfect. Lovely. I don't think you're a spy. Can't say.
What about Nickvard then?
Nickvard asked me to do something for him. He must have admired my... Either way, Nick looked troubled and not very healthy. He wanted me to fetch him something he lost outside, and I told him I would. At least, but then Nickvard clutched his belly and ran off. So I...
That's all?
Aye. If you run into Nickvard, ask him if he still needs it, or I'll be going into war soon.
I'll tell him.
You silly mutt. Look what I have for you.
God bless.
How did it go?
I went to see him, but he threw me out.
And you're surprised?
But it was just a simple misunderstanding.
Bollocks a misunderstanding. You made a fool of yourself, more like.
What am I supposed to do then?
You should go and see the priest. Nobody else can help you.
Oh, aye, the priest. How could I have forgotten about him? Maybe because I don't think he'll be able to solve my problem.
Heartfelt prayer saved entire masses of Jews. And Jonah from the whale. So don't tell me it can't help with a little thing like yours.
A little thing? So you're insulting me too now?
Ah, sorry. I didn't mean it like that, of course.
Ah, well... But I reckon you're right. Prayer is the only thing that can help me now.
God be with you.
Greetings.